I'm gonna wait for Austin to get in here, and I'm muting you. So if you're gonna be watching the chat, brother, please stop. Okay, you're muted. Okay. Oh god, I took 2 screenshots instead of starting recording. What the hell? You are indeed the first one here. I wonder why. All characters in this game are above the age of 18 is what it says. Alright? Alright. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Ooh. Spooky. Spooky indeed. I'm waiting for Austin to hop in here before I start this. Austin's gonna be my main man in here because he's probably gonna be the only one in here. Gotta wait for my man's Austin to get in here, bro. You're gonna watch the stream? Devin, are you gonna watch the stream or are you gonna leave like you said you would? Yeah, you're actually gonna watch it? Alright, bet. Alright, bet. I gotta get my voice acting career up here, though. I gotta get my voicing career up here. Hold up. Gotta let everybody know I'm streaming so that Austin will also get in here. We're just waiting for Austin before we start this. Cause this man's gonna be like, what the hell are you playing? And then I'm gonna be like, you will see. This looks like a very innocent game, but it's not. It's not. Told Austin to join up, bro. I told Austin to join up. Like, I directly DM'd this man to join the stream. Yeah, Austin said alright. Austin said alright. He's joining up. Ooh, bro, he's gonna love this game. I'm gonna be like, hold up. My voice acting career is up. Cause for real, no, my voice acting career is about to be up. I gotta make 4 different voices for these 4 different girls, bro. How am I supposed to sound like? How should I make Sayori sound? Be like, can't do that. I can't do that. Alright, Austin. Before I start playing this game, just know all the characters in this game are above the age of 18. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. You know Yuri, that's it, I think, but you've played this game before? No spoilers. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you've noted the game is hydrating in your region and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Highly disturbing content, ladies and gentlemen. Seeing someone off themselves makes it worse for my depression. But we don't know if that's gonna happen yet. We don't know if that's gonna happen. It just said that people with depression have a bad experience. So, who knows? I agree. Oh God. Oh God. Austin, here goes my voice acting career. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Jesus Christ. Oh God, why am I doing this to myself? Like the music volume. It's 1 down, it's a little loud. What should our name be? Should it be typical? Should my name be typical, chat? Should I do typical or my real name? Hold on. Should I do my real name or typical, guys? Also, I'll be right back. Okay, you both said typical. Alright, chat, you ready for a physiological horror game disguised as a dating sim? You guys ready for an in-disguise dating simulator? Juicy, did you seriously just post this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I have to do a female accent? Do I have to have a female voice? Do I have to, chat? Yes. Do I have to? There's 4 girls. I would have to have 4 different female voices. I don't know if I can do that. I'm already a man. Doing a female voice is hard enough. Austin, do I have to, bro? Oh god. Oh, that's gonna be so cringe. I tried. I literally tried saying hey in a high-pitched voice, and air came out of my mouth. Cause that was a voice crack. What? I can't do it. Oh god. Do I have to, chat? Oh, brother. Alright, fine. Hey! Oh god. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Does it say I'm online? Please check. Let me see. You are not live right now. It doesn't. You know, I don't see that you're live right now. I don't want my friends to know what I'm doing. Oh! No, live online. I don't know. On PS, let me see. No, you're not online. No. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because we've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. That's crazy. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh, God. No, this is my favorite, though. This is my favorite girl. For reasons I will not get into right now. I overslept it. No, I didn't do it in the girl accent. Oh, God. I'm going to hate myself after I do this stream. I overslept again. But I got you this time. How bad is that, chat? How bad is that? How bad is that? I don't know if I can do this for the whole game. My ears are bleeding. Oh, God. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. She's doing the pose! Look at her pose. What is that? What am I playing? What am I playing? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, typical. Oh, God. Nah, I'm pulling my stream up. I gotta see how bad that sounds. I'm pulling my own stream up. I can't do this. I gotta know how bad that sounds before I do it for the entire stream. Oh, God. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Hold on. That's mean, typical. I can't do that, nope. I cannot do that anymore. I cannot do that anymore. That is awful. That is awful. Oh, God. I don't know if I can do this, chat. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Well, am I being mean already? Fine, fine. I'm not doing a female accent unless you guys really want me to. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. She laughed. I'm not laughing. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, typical, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That is mean. So everybody likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Shadow's life, for real, for real. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. By the way, for those who don't know, a NEET is like a jobless, antisocial person after college. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I get my... why do I let my get... I can't speak. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I'm now realizing why streamers eventually stop voice acting. This is actually way more tiring than I thought it'd be. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. So everyone wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sorry, I must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. By the way, Austin, this game is physiological horror. It's got very disturbing content, and I recommend that if you're suffering with like depression or anxiety or you're easily triggered, maybe you shouldn't be watching. Because it gets bad. Like, it gets really bad. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. I don't want to say that. Meanie. I can't know. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep, stupid. I accidentally swallowed a whole thing of mouth rinse. What the hell? Bro is having trouble watching this right now. I can't tell if Sayori... Oh. Great job. See, even Austin's proud of you. Even Austin is just proud of how you managed to do something like that. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That's very specific. My throat feels like it's going to explode. It probably is, to be honest. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Okay, I think I can do, like, I won't do female accents, but I'll do different tones of my voice for each character. Boobas. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, typical, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club. Why'd I skip that? Because. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. What's with the OU from Devon? She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Typical. Monica swallows. What is that pose, chat? What is that pose? Who does that in their regular day-to-day life? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Classic anime poses, you're not wrong. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Typical. We made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Sada! I'm not saying that. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Probably because they all have cats. Wait, what? The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I'm not saying that either. Devin's like, what? I had no idea. Oh. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. I don't know if I can do these voices anymore. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. So you already said... Well, maybe! But not for... you know, you! Dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As My mouth is dry already. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. What's with the pose, chat? What is this pose? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like there's nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd just much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into the literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people were very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new. especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. In my opinion, literature really isn't that bad. Like, I'm not much of a reader, but I love writing. Like, writing is one of my favorite hobbies. I'll write random stories, I'll write about things I've done, I'll write about video games, I'll write poems. Like, I love writing, I just hate reading. It's kind of weird, because normally they both go hand in hand, but I hate reading and love writing. So, I don't know. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best.
You know it!
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Excuse me, what? Look, I'm as embarrassed as you guys are to watching me play this game. But it's a good game, so I'm willing to sacrifice my dignity to play this game for you guys. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why I was also delighted about the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Typical, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good answer. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, I'm just saying Yuri's sad smile. Isn't that emote the... Never mind. I don't know. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. To be continued, I see. Nah, for real. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. I wonder why. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately taking advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? It's like they're describing the game before the game actually gets to that part. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock, aka Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is... I'm not saying that. I've never seen that word before in my whole life. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not saying that either. Oh. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Okay, I already know Devin loves Yuri, apparently. Devin's all on that Yuri train right now. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri quizzically look at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we will all share them to each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Typical? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth to what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club! Sora may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Typical. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these, interesting women. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Being the only man with a bunch of women is my worst nightmare. Been there, well, kind of. Nah, Austin, I bet you get all the ladies, bro. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Especially when they're all succubuses. Wow. That's rude. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring next to the meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Typical, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class harmonica with my mediocre writing skills? Well, me personally, I'm better. Like, me personally, in real life, I would blow everyone away with my writing skills. Me personally, of course. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Typical, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Which one's your favorite so far, chat? Which one's your favorite? Yuri, of course it's Yuri. Yuri or the end one, the one on the very right, Monica. Dang, that's unexpected. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Sayori, the one on the very left with the blue eyes, is my favorite. And then Natsuki, the one on the... It's actually all in order from my most favorite to least favorite. No, Monica. I think I like Monica. No, I don't know. I think it's actually in order of who I like the most. From left to right. Yuri would be the person I'd date in real life, though. But based on future game events, you know. Oh, God. Did you seriously... Why? Why, Devin? Why? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I didn't see that. Okay, good, Austin. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, chat. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes their poem the most. Oh wait, no. Save here. Yeah, I want to save here. There. Alright, chat. Let's see here. Who do I want to impress? Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri? How about you guys just pick a word? Actually, I don't know. Let's see. Agonizing. Unrestrained. Candy. Determination. Puppy. Rain cloud. Whoa! Whoa! That's suicide. Cry. Hopeless. Uncontrollable. Beauty. Twirl. Frightening. Daydream. Anxiety. Incongruent. Breathe. Death. Lipstick. Headphones. I wonder who I impressed the most, chat. I just picked random words I liked. We'll see which route we go. There's a route with all 4 girls. Well, actually, no, there's not. There's a route with 3 of the 4 girls. Hi again, Typical. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Typical. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. That's because you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Burn! Burn! Roasted! Absolutely shut up. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Typical always gives his best as long as he's having fun. True. That is true. That is true. Typical, get out. No, I'm staying in the Literature Club. You get out. This is the first time I've talked to a woman in 7 years. No, I'm joking. I actually talked to a woman like 30 minutes ago. Typical always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Guess I can escape these horrors of women. Your mom? No, it's actually a girl named Riley. I was thinking the same thing. What were you thinking of the same thing? Austin, what were you thinking? My mom doesn't count? Yeah, I know. I wasn't talking about my mom, I was talking about Riley. Your mom part. Oh. Bruh. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Typical can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori! Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so interesting? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Bro, I hate these people that try to get you to go on their YouTube and look at their try-ons. Like, I don't want to see that. Okay, that's very random of you to say, Mr. Devon, but, sure. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. And now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Alright, I wonder who... Oh, I did go the Yuri route. Oh, brother. I don't want to go the Yuri route. Every YouTuber goes the Yuri route. Every YouTuber goes the Yuri route, man. I just picked whatever words I wanted and happened to go to Yuri. Alright, Devin, fine. I'll go the Yuri route. For this first part, okay? You get your one hentai scene out of this one, okay? You're gonna get your one hentai scene. But at the same time, I might feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. Never mind. Devin gets full justice from yesterday, right? More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sinks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused and I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I don't know what this justice is. It's justice for getting murdered 90 times by Shadow. It's the justice you deserve. Yeah, but you didn't do it. Yeah, well, at least you get to see Yuri, your favorite, already. You get to see the scene. It's really not as bad as I'm making it out to be. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... it's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Typical? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those kinds of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slept into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really do apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my disc until it's against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Yeah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yo! Take your screenshots now, gentlemen. Make this your wallpaper, chat. I got my screenshot. Get yours. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and it flips to her side. But holding it in like this, we're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. She just called me stupid without calling me stupid, chat. She called me a slow reader, chat. I don't know if I can take that disrespect. I don't know if I can take that. I think I might have to stop talking to her, chat. I think I might have to go to Sayori or Natsuki. She just called me stupid, chat. I can't do this no more. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Why do your parents let you stay up so late? Well, I have a 4.0 GPA, and it's like, as long as my grades are good, and as long as I do my chores and I'm respectful, they let me stay up. It's not fair. I know, man. I used to not be able to stay up. I feel bad for you, man. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things she says and does. It's like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. That was really stupid of this guy to say. It was really stupid of me to say. That is so... I know he didn't mean it in a bad way, but that is like... You don't just say that. You don't just say that about like about somebody. I see. You remain silent for a moment. But typical, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, it's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more that it's kinda cute. I said it, chat. Sue me. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is it alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow, my finger, you bit... Where's the part? That was the part. Reading the book. Are you disappointed? Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the next 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, we're saving here, and I have a plan. So look. We went the Yuri route, right? Yuri route goes on page 2, alright, chat? Sayori's route will be on page 3, and Natsuki's route will be on page 4, alright? So now, we're gonna load the previous save. Alright, chat? And now, we're gonna go the Sayori route or the Natsuki route. I'm gonna show you guys all the routes in one stream. So what, you wanna go Sayori or Natsuki on this one? Which one you wanna go for, chat? Austin and Devin shall vote. Natsuki or Sayori? Choose! Nezuko. That's one way to spell Natsuki, Devin. That's one way. Austin, who do you want to go for? Or, who do you want to see next? Shut up. He spelled that wrong, too. Sure, I'll shut up. Bruh. Austin, you there, buddy? I'll let you guys decide who you want to go for. If you guys both, if one of you says Natsuki and one of you says Sayori, then just do rock, paper, scissors. I'll be right back. It's Natsuki, Devin. Austin got it correct. I'm giving you an A on your test, Austin. I totally didn't see what you put in the Discord. Oh. Don't look at the dizzy. Hold up. What the hell, Devin? You're banned. You're banned. Austin, ban him now. Austin, ban him. Ban Devin from the stream. Ban this man from the stream permanently. Permanently. I'm sorry, please. Alright, don't ban him. Don't ban him. He's fine. He's fine. Alright. You guys want the Natsuki route, so we'll go the Natsuki route. We'll do 10 Natsuki, 5 Sayori, and 5 Yuri, so we'll go the Natsuki route. Strawberry, fun. Oh, that's Sayori, okay. We got one of each. Hold on, let me just load this real quick. Okay. Fun. Why is that Sayori? Whatever. Jumpy. Passion. Sayori. Kiss. Silly. Sayori, stop. Nibble. Sugar. Love. Sayori. Cute. Hope. Sayori. Warm. Sayori. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button. No. Stop. Wait. Please. I'm having so much trouble. Okay. 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 Vanilla. Hop. Play. Sayori. Candy. Awesome. Oh my god. Friends. Bro. Cute. Family. Giggle. Silly. I'm done. Nope. Anxiety. Doki Doki. Rainbow. Oh my god. Tears. What? Wait, no. Okay, here, look, here's the plan, chat. Here's the plan, chat. 5 Yuri, 5 Sayori, and 10 Natsuki. So let's keep count. Let's go ahead and get Yuri's out the way. So intellectual, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Okay, so 3 and 1. 4, 3 and 2. 3 and 3. For some reason. 4 and 3. 5 and 3. Okay, we're done with Yuri. So we need 2. Okay, 2 with Sayori and the rest are Natsuki. 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 Okay, but you can do one more Sayori. One more Sayori. Okay. We need to try and get the rest Natsuki now. Fudge. Lollipop. Bunny. There. We got all Natsuki. Well, we got most Natsuki, but Sayori and Yuri still got their own. Should I read this again? Hi again, Typical. I just see you didn't run away on this. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Typical. Actually, yeah, I'll just skip until I do something different. I'm not doing the skip button because I don't want to accidentally skip something that I haven't read yet, you know? Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay, there we go. This is new. Man. It looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I saw him down under the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something like literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. Wait, this is the Sayori route. How do we get the Sayori route? Screw it. They're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. We can't give up. The festival is our chance to learn what literature's all about. The problem is that the idea of literature sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. Doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do this. After they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously? It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested? Cupcake sweets in my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ah! Jesus! Who are you? Why are you here? I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. That's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sarah, it's written all over you. Sarah glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Ah! I run my fingertips down the side of Sarah's hair, trying to straighten it out. Ooh, hehehe. And you don't need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Jesus, why am I being so mean? I just outright roasted the hell out of her. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Starting to button her blazer from the bottom. Ooh. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Is this the scene you wanted, Devin? Is this the scene you wanted, Devin? Devin, is this the scene you wanted? Not good enough. Well, there's a scene future in the game that's kind of close, but I guess we'll see. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is. I have a friend who does these kind of things. She is wearing shoes. What do you mean? Austin, what's your, I think Austin's uncomfortable on this scene. It looks like socks. Well, it is socks, but then her shoes are also there. She's wearing socks and shoes. Eh? Don't say that. Don't make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you'd notice sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? Do I say that, chat? Do I say that on stream, chat? It means my boobies got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look matter. That's biology. It's fine. You're right. You look much better now. So, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ugh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I get it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then you wouldn't even let you do things like this. You would take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. That's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, and I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Typical, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to relieve her poem. By the way, did you really write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems, blah blah blah, I already read this, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay. Alright, this is the Yuri route. This will be the Sayori route. Now let's load back and do the Natsuki route now. Like I said I would do. How is that? Okay, whatever. Oh my god. Anime. There we go. Sparkle. Oh my god. Why is Sayori stealing all the words? Why is it so hard to get Natsuki words? I don't understand. It's a weird word. Oh my god. Okay, joy. Jump. There we go. Boop. Oh god. Skirt. Silly is Sayori though. Bruh. There we go. We're getting a lot of Natsuki now. That was a lot. Nice. Oh. Nice. Okay, we got Natsuki there that time, for real. Or wait, actually wait. There we go. There we go, okay. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around the closet. Alright, yeah, we're on the Natsuki route this time. Ugh. I hear Natsuki uttering an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see? There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Pirate Girls? It's a series never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're not gonna judge, you can go... If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Typical. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's funny because Natsuki is the one who says that, and she's the most misunderstood character out of the four. Everyone thinks Natsuki's a jerk. Once you get to know her, she's really not that much of a jerk. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Is it Doki Doki Literature Club but as a book in Doki Doki Literature Club? It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Ugh! Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to sit close together like this. Don't just say that! You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I've read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Wait! Typical slice of life affair. That's not my name, it literally just says typical in the game. Like, that line literally has typical at the beginning of it, and it's not because it's my name. Beautiful! I'm in the game, chat. They put me in the game. Literally. I'm a part of the game now, and everybody's playthrough. Do you guys think my voice acting is good? I decided to stop doing the extra voices, but instead just changed my tone of voice a little bit for each character. Do you think it's doing well? It's aight, says Devin. Maybe I should let Devin join so he can voice all the girls and I'll voice myself. Devin, you want to voice all the girls for me? I'd like to see you try. 6 out of 10, damn. It's kind of mean. It's too late, I'll get in trouble. Dang, alright. But I def can do it better. Yeah, no you can't. If you play it tomorrow, I will. Alright, bet. I'm not trying to have a girl expression. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't want to make a girl expression. So I guess the 6 out of 10 is reasonable since I'm not putting in effort to do girl voices. But at the same time, if I did do girl voices, you guys would want to stop watching. It's that, cause like, I don't know. I think it's cringe. I hate listening to myself when I do a girl voice, especially when other people can hear it. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I wouldn't enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories and when some other romance starts to happen. That's really when it makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? That just gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. The chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get a baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything just because it's a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Here's the scene. Take your screenshots. Alright. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share a manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. I can't ever get my friends to read this. Just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them all being like, you still haven't gone on to that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the cub room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that it solves any problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, it's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends. I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. That Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Do I smell that bad, chat? Do I really smell that bad? Did I not put on deodorant this morning? What kind of high school dude am I that doesn't put on deodorant? Like, I'm just asking to push girls away from you. I took 50 screenshots. Dang. Bro's obsessed with this girl. Alright, Austin. Rate that scene's voice acting. I tried a little harder to add more expressiveness in my voice. And actually laugh and say everything in that scene. So rate that. Rate that, Austin. See, even Devin likes it more. Let's go. Alright, I guess I'll be more expressive from now on, chat. I'll try my hardest. 8 out of 10, let's go. Alright, chat. Fine. I'll be as expressive as I can be, even if it is cringe at times, but that's just part of the game, right? I'll do it. I'll do it. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I'll close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I said that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try and get through this. I suppose it's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Okay, yeah, we already saw this. Yeah. Alright. That's the Yuri route, Sayori route, and Natsuki route. And now we'll load back the Yuri route. And because we're on the Yuri route on this one, we'll go to Yuri first. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her entire face. Oh, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Imagine having Animal Crossing flaming in this. Nah, for real. Talking. Oh, Animal Crossing talking in this. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Here he stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Typical of new writers? They put me in the game twice, chat. They put me in the game twice. I didn't know they were such big fans. I didn't know they enjoyed my content so much. And having been through all that, myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Why can't I talk right now? In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all covers with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. And that's like, he can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm going to be the poem descriptor, chat. I'm going to describe all these poems in depth, alright? So basically, this poem is about basically not being ready for the future and reminiscing of the past, like loving the past, like wishing you could go back to the past. So I'll explain. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining straight line to withstand the test of time. It's like the last remaining memory that withstood the test of time. The last remaining, like, highlight and, like, funny moment or whatever from the past. The last hit to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. She doesn't like the future, aka college and jobs and all that. So the last yet to be replaced by the anxiety and the overthinking of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing the air of the present but living in the past. That's self-explanatory. You know, breathing in the present but living in the past, aka thinking of the past and reliving memories of the past. The light flickers, the light being the past, and she flickers back. You guys get it? Did I explain it well? There are some really in-depth poems coming up that I will love to decipher for you guys. Because I'm really good at describing poems. Like, there's a poem coming up named Bottles, that's really good, and there's a poem named, Amy Likes Spiders, that one's pretty good, too. There's, one called, what's it called? Raccoon. That one's probably my second favorite, so, yeah. Do you guys get the poem? Some poems I can't describe because they will spoil the game. This one doesn't spoil the game, but if there are poems that if there are poems that I can't describe, I'll let you know, and I'll make a save point to come back to them after the game, because I don't want to spoil the game for y'all. I don't want to spoil the game. So if there's a poem that I can't describe without spoiling, then I'm gonna go around 12. Well, it's okay. So in like 40 minutes for you. Okay. It's 11:18. Yeah, I got you. Okay. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, typical. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Typical. Me too. Alright, so, chat, one more thing I want to get across is that depending, it's 11:18 for you, it's literally the next day for me, 2:19, I would have to get up in 4 hours for school. Oh, wow. You know, it's 1:19 for me. I'm only an hour behind. So, another point I want to get across. So, you know how when you pick a word that in the poem, that character jumps up? Depending on how many words a character gets from your poem, depends on their reaction. So, since this is the Yuri route, most of my words went to Yuri, and so she said exceptional about my poem and really liked it. But say if I went the Sayori or Yuri route, she would like it less. But there's also more than just one thing if you don't go her route, because if you don't go her route, but she still gets a decent amount of words, she'll still, like, relatively like it. But if you, like, say, don't give her a single word, she'll, like, dislike your poem a lot, and will, like, do constructive criticism for a lot of the poem. So, depending on how many words a certain character gets, depends on their reaction to your poem. So, since I went the Yuri route in this, Sayori and Natsuki aren't gonna have the most positive reaction as if I went to their route, unless I went to their route. So, yeah. Let's go Sayori. So, I'm gonna be reading this, and I'm also gonna be reading it again next time. Next time I go across these poems, because there's gonna be different reactions, you know? This is a good poem, Typical. Are you sure it was your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing a poem in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? So like I said before, Typical, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out to play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. So... I guess I can describe it a little bit, but it kinda would Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it, but I can't describe Sayori's other poems, because it spoils it if I do. So, I'll just say she has trouble getting out of bed in the morning. And if it weren't for the sun, she probably wouldn't get out of bed in the morning, because she could sleep forever. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Sayori's second poem is the best poem in the game, in my opinion. So she's not wrong. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. Well, it's not what I expected from someone like you. It's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. I'll go ahead and say it. It's a lot deeper than what it looks like. It looks like there's like no effort at all, but it's basically like, look, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run super fast, eagles can fly, but people can try. And that's about it. Seeing everything around you do such great things can be, you know, can hurt a little bit, because sometimes all you can do is try, but you can't make it to other people's expectations. So, that's all I'm gonna say for that one. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! Like, it's so easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do such great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? They're all above the age of 18, chat. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. Who shot... I wonder who I'm going to show it to next, chat. Hi, Typical. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanna share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Typical. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Typical. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. It's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to just start to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri already has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. It's okay. I love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased on their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Well. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. If I don't chat, I'm going to fall asleep. Got you. Got you, Devin. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. I'm gonna read this poem, but I'm not gonna describe it, chat, because if I describe it, then it'll spoil the game, so... yeah. Let me go ahead and... dang it, I was supposed to save before this point, so I could come back to this, poem later. After the game, and then, yeah. Or no, after the game, I'll just redo the game and get to the poems that I didn't, what do you call it? That I didn't describe. So I'll just read this one. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Is my poem reading voice soothing, chat? Do I read poems well? Do you think when I have future kids, I'll be able to let them fall asleep to my reading, chat? I bet you Devin already fell asleep because I'm just too good. Depends. Depends indeed. Alright. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright. Yeah. Whew, I guess it's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sailor and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. We lost him for a second? Yeah, we did. I told you, my poem voice, it made him fall asleep, I told you. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Typical did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Typical liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Or maybe because I played the forest until 3 a.m. with you. But I can't complain because that was the most fun I had gaming. Yeah, true. Yeah, 7 a.m. for Austin. And about 3 a.m. for me is like staying up for a week. Dude, I've stayed up 38 hours straight before. Alright. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Typical appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, well, I'd literally go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Typical started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Typical. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Typical. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Typical? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Alright, chat, look. We're on the Yuri route. So we're gonna pick Yuri. And then on the Sayori route, we're gonna pick Sayori. And on the Natsuki route, we're gonna pick Natsuki. So, of course, we're gonna go with Yuri. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said something... You both said things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk to clear my head. So, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone not gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Typical. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for one. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Typical, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination. Typical! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Alright guys, I know it's not really, like, there's no horror at all yet, but it gets there. Y'all just gotta wait for a while, but eventually it will get here. But are you guys enjoying it so far? Are you guys enjoying the slight drama and my voice acting and, you know, just the game in general? Yes? Okay, good. I'm glad then. I'm glad. Because this is one of my favorite games of all time just because of how well written it is. So I'm glad you're enjoying it because I really wanted to stream it. We're probably going to be streaming it all night, getting both endings. Or not both endings, getting all the endings. And, going all the routes so I can show all the dialogue. Because this game is so well written in all ways. So I really want to show it out, you know? Sayori. About what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I'll just go back if you make a clip or YouTube so I can see the rest. Okay, yeah, you know, I'll upload this to YouTube for you, Juicy. I will. I'll upload the entire stream to YouTube so that you can watch it after you get home from school tomorrow. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Typical, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think that everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. This is a Yuri. We're saving this on the Yuri route. And now we're gonna load the Sayori route, chat. Oh. Alright, we're loading the Sayori route. So remember, we wrote a poem for Sayori this time, so we're gonna start with Sayori. I'm definitely the most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. Alright, hold up, I need some tea. My mouth's getting a little dry talking so much. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Typical. Eh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I had no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a typical poem. Yeah, it's your typical poem. It's totally not like she's saying my name. It's just, you know, it's a typical poem, that's all. It's just a typical poem. It's not like it's my name or anything. And it makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, typical. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't really deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. You'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. I already read it. Sayori. This is just a guess, but oh, wait, no, I already blah 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 blah. Actually, yeah, I can skip to unread dialogue. Okay. Let's do Natsuki. What's about what I expect from someone like you? I think this is the same one as well. Yep, it skips dialogue that I've already read, so it's not like I'm skipping anything new. Yuri. See how I can't skip now? It's because this is new. Because I went Yuri's route last time, so because I didn't go Yuri's route, this dialogue's different. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their writing style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style that's separate from the topic matter, and they put the two together. The end result... Wait, no, I've already... Skip. I already did it. Yep, skip. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright. Monika's dialogue should... Well... I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. That may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? It could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a general feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying new things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased for one's own kind of styles, but it'll always help you find out what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write everyone blah blah blah. I already read this. I already read it. Yep. Woo! Oh yep. There's the whole argument. Oh god. Yep. Alright. Okay, so we're doing the Sayori route now, so we're gonna do Help Me Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turned to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Huh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How come the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Typical. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Oh my god, this is why Sayori is my favorite. She's so cool. Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Bruh. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. I mean, she ain't wrong. Devin's that down bad, bro. But I agree. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess it just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Foreshadowing. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Alright. Save in the Sayori route. And now we're gonna load the Natsuki route. Alright, so now we're in the Natsuki route, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Wait, do you want to see the Natsuki route first? Just to, like, this is the last route. This is the last route before the second day, I should say. Sure? Okay. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Man, what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Ugh, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. I already read it. So she liked the poem. Alright, skip. Yep. Alright, Sayori. Skip. Yuri. If it skips all the dialogue, that means it's not different. Yep. Alright. I like it, Typical. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are a lot of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. It might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. Alright. Alright. Now we're about to take Natsuki's side. I actually haven't seen Natsuki's side yet. I haven't seen the dialogue if we take Natsuki's side before, so this is all gonna be new to me actually. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with a few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Haha. Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. But I'm gonna have to wire my eyes open like a doctor, bro. Well, it's almost over. The first act is almost over, or not act, but like the first day is almost over. So you get to go to bed soon. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me particularly with a face like that. I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like I need you to apologize for me, Typical. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. Eh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Typical. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lasering around we got a little used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere? No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? So that's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Alright. Alright. We're going back to the Yuri route now. Load game. Yuri route. Can I go to bed now? Yes, you can go to bed. You can go to bed. Finally. Alright, Austin. It's just gonna be me and you. Good night, Typical. Good night, Typical. I mean... Good night, Devin. And Austin, you need sleep too? No, he doesn't. He already slept till, like, 7 p.m. Austin already slept, brother. Oh, yeah. In the Discord, Austin said that he just woke up around, like, 9 or 7 or 8. I forgot. I'm sorry, Austin. Oh, okay, see ya. See ya. Oh, whoops. Alright, Austin. So, we're doing the Yuri route now. And then, we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. Doing Yuri, Sayori, and then Natsuki. So, let's do that. So, we're gonna do 5 Natsuki, 5 Sayori, and 10 Yuri. So, let's go ahead and get Natsuki's out the way. Jump. Okay, that's 1-1. 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-3, 3-3, 3-4, 4-4, 5-4. And now all Yuri and then 1 Sayori. So Yuri, 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 Yuri. Dang it! We gotta load that up again. Alright, now I got this though. Okay, 1, 2. Alright, 2-1. 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5. Okay, so 3 Sayori and the rest need to be Yuri. So Yuri, Yuri. Oh, okay, never mind. 2 Sayori, rest Yuri. Yuri, 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 Yuri. 1 Sayori, the rest Yuri. Yuri, 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 Yuri. What do 1 Sayori and alright, so now 5-5 and then the rest needs to be Yuri, which would be fudge. We got the most Yuri anyway, I think. Right, chat? It was 6 Sayori and 5 Natsuki, so then it'd be 9 Yuri. Yeah, so we went the Yuri route. We had to have. All right, I'll be right back, chat. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Austin, you there? It says I have one viewer. I'm just making sure that Austin's here. Yep, okay. And now it says we have 2 viewers. Weird. Okay. Well then. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Typical. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell us if it would let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little something like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, really, you wouldn't have come if you weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Matt Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Hey, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Eri and I laugh as well. That's why Sayori is the best girl. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? When my last period was study hall, to be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you'd play music as well, Monica. I don't really. It was just I just kinda started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Typical. Monica smiles sweetly and also does her weird pose. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. Alright. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sarah's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sarah somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Yep, we went the Yuri route again. Good. Hey, Yuri. Eh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for 1 second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with me, Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve typical and club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Now let's go, Typical. You quickly exit the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Typical. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you did is as bad as it makes it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. I friend-zoned myself, bro. I friend-zoned myself. Yuri lifts her head. Typical. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. Typical, do you like oolong tea? Yeah? Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do it any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming this a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Typical. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Typical, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain very regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. It's her big boobies. Big boobies hurt the back. Big boobies hurt the back. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume that the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Take your screenshots, chat. Take your screenshots. I'm taking my screenshots. You take your screenshots. As you can see, I'm recording this on the PS4. Alright. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. Oh yeah, no, he'd take 100 screenshots of this Yuri scene, watch. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. She has a literal chocolate in her mouth, chat. We just fed Yuri chocolate. We just fed Yuri chocolate, bro. Apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... He looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Typical? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Monica just cock-blocked me, bro. I'm done. I'm getting off. I'm uninstalling this game. Monica just cock-blocked me. Why? Did I seriously just get cock-blocked, bro? Come on. Austin, we just got cock-blocked, bro. Austin, how do you feel? I know Devin would be freaking out right now. Devin would be so mad at Yuri. I mean, Devin would be so mad at Monica, not Yuri. Monica, why? Typical, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Oh, you know Devin would, yeah, 100%. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright. Obviously, since we're on the Yuri route, we're gonna go to Yuri first. Let's see what we've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Typical. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How do you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Alright, chat. I can't describe this poem because it is major spoilers. Like, major spoilers if I describe this. So instead, I'll just read it. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. So yeah, I cannot explain this poem, but like, it's definitely one of the more harder ones to explain. You'd be impressed by how well I can explain it, but if I do explain it, then there will be spoilers. Like, really, really big spoilers, so I'll have to come back to it after the game. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I can. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why did you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Typical? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. I'll be Okay, I'm back. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Typical. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I'd feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next? Obviously, we're gonna go in order now, since it doesn't matter. Ooh, I like this one, Typical. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. More foreshadowing. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try and keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give that little rain cloud a little hug, and make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Typical. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright, this is officially the best poem in the game. But again, I can't describe it because it gives spoilers, so I'll just read it. My mouth is dry, hold on. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams, Like little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottom on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off the bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kinda creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Story's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Same thing with me, honestly. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling that you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing, maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me not to completely miss the point. Couldn't think of this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wait. What? This is the Yuri route, right? Yeah, this is the Yuri route. Oh, okay, I see. I did lots of Sayori and lots of Yuri. I did more Yuri, but because there was so much Sayori, Natsuki took notice to Sayori instead of taking notice to Yuri. It's a little weird, but sure. He never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. Good say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always hear her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. So, I can describe this one. Basically, Natsuki isn't Amy in this. I mean, well, yeah. Well... No, Natsuki is Amy, but... hold on. Natsuki is Amy, but it's not spiders. It's her manga. If you think about it. So, basically... Like, Natsuki isn't the person talking in the poem. Natsuki is Amy. And the person in the poem is somebody judging Natsuki because she likes manga. It's a little bit of symbolism. It's like, so look, you know what I heard about Amy? Amy, blah, blah, blah. Like, she likes manga, so that's why I'm not friends with her. She has a cute singing voice, blah, blah, blah. Like, all these good things. She took her to the nurse because she's really friendly. She has lots of friends because she's so nice. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. Just because she likes something that lots of other people don't, she gets judged for it. And, yeah. Do you get it? I would be able to describe it a lot better if my mouth wasn't so freaking dry. But yeah, basically... I get it? Okay, good. But yeah. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Oh, we didn't think it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem... Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks It doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something you're not afraid of if people find... Something that you're afraid if people find out they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah, she said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make fun of each other. That people shouldn't make fun... That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. I just think she has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate when people make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I'd say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Okay, I'll be right back, chat. My throat is so dry, I really need to get something to drink. Okay, I'm back. What time is it? 2:42, so it's 4:42. You only have an hour and 20 minutes till school, Austin? Oof. I want to show you the good part before you have to leave, though. I guess I'll just end stream once you leave, and then once you get back from from school, maybe, or later, or around the same time tomorrow night, I'll stream this again, and you can yeah, you can see it. Is that alright, Austin? Yes, alright, but hi again, typical. Or hi again, typical. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Wanna share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she already has a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you did too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Save me. Load me. Whoa, that's a little weird. Just a little bit. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Hold on. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Monica? Are you okay? It's a little weird. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We're just kind of embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Zuri's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't really tell us what we're actually gonna be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us are gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also gonna let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sori's putting out all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori's been coloring a poster and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature's all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew, thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Foreshadowing. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're gonna practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line as she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was hoping you set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her necks and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the poem. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enthusiates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri steps back into reality and glances around her as she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery, like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this poem on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to read. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Typical liked it. I guess it's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't let me go before Typical. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Typical lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as anyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting... Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back into her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, so let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. it's been working out best nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this, I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Typical, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sorry, fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Listen, chat. We're on the Yuri route right now. We'll pick Sayori on the Sayori route, okay? Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I'd feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez, it's not even any point of speculating that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing these things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone's different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. It was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if it's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival was only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Yeah, okay, now this is the Natsuki route, so... I mean, that's the Sayori route, so... Time to do the Sayori route for day 2 now. So we'll do 10 Sayori, 5 Natsuki, and 5 Yuri. So we can get the Yuri over with, right? Okay, that's the Sayori one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 1. Dang it. Hold on. Alright. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. Oh, nope. 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then everything else will be Sayori. Oh God, never mind. Oh no. I'm trying, chat. I'm trying. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Dang it. No! No! I can't. Oh, hold up. How did Yuri get... This is harder than I thought it was to do that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's just try and get 10 Sayori and then everything else. Let's do the 10 Sayori ones first, but we'll keep track of Natsuki and Yuri. One. Oh, okay. 2, 3, 4, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. I've already gotten 3 Natsuki, right? Yeah. 3 Natsuki, so 1. We'll do another Natsuki one. 2, 3. 4, 5, and the next one should be Natsuki. Nice. So this is the Sayori route for what just happened. So don't worry, we'll skip everything we already read. Typical. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. Want to go get some supplies from another classroom? Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up? Me and Monica were gonna make some posters and stuff, so I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Typical to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'll be happy to go with them. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Typical? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind Sayori, hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yup. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kinda dull. Typical. You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say, the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from the clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the one prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know? I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. And I'm so excited. The festival's gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around the hallway again. Hey, Typical, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons on the shelf. They're the best brand, too. They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Yeah. Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. It hurts. Just do it for a second. Yo! Take your screenshots because this is the best one so far. Yo! Nah, you already know Devin would immediately go to Sayori after this. Devin would immediately go for Sayori. You got your screenshots, Austin? Alright. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush the bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. 100%. Yeah, you're right. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Typical. Where do I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than a drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and using the other hand to clumsily scoop the crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. Stings. Spare with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Typical. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Eh, what do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing up things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone else found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Typical. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. Guess what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Typical. I'm so glad nothing's changed between us. You think it'd be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been like this it's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes. Alright, I'll try and finish up the Sayori route, and then I'll save the game and then you can go. I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Hold up. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see her forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast that you're hurting yourself. I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just ready to start sharing with her poems. Eh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about. I was playing with the crayons and stuck her forehead into the shelf. Seriously. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, typical. Well, Sayori... I thought I'd come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? I guess I should grab mine. I had to make sure the crayon box is closed tightly. I return to my seat. Alright. Most of this is gonna be skipped. Except for Sayori's, I think. Typical. I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Man, I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way! Not even Natsuki. Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Eh? Well, stop thinking weird things, idiot! I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking! Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Eh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey! I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, typical. Will you give me your poem? I kinda wanna keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she drops, but being insensitive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk behind her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. It's not as good as yours. Please, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. I already read it. Alright, we're skipping it now because I already did it. Natsuki, and we'll go ahead and skip everything. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. That's what I do best, after all. Oh wait, hold up. Hold on, Wyatt. Stop there. Okay. Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Typical. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help and inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this. Oh god. This is a whole nother conversation. I don't even know if Austin has time, bro. There's this new conversation, and then there's also a bit of Monica's, and then the question one walking Sayori home. Austin, do you think you have enough time for it? It'll be like 5-10 minutes probably. Yeah, okay. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see in your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. It's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. This is the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me your poem. Already read it. Alright. Skip. That's funny. Didn't Netsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter who you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. I suppose that it's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, I haven't learned anything. I haven't learned to embrace my worries. I'd probably hate myself because we already read that. Alright, Monica. It's pretty good. It makes you think of Sailor like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, do you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway. Alright. Geez, a lot of skipping. Oh my gosh, a lot of skipping. I'd walk home with Sayori. Sayori? You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Typical. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted to, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of cycling into something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sarah to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Alright. Save on the Sayori route. Alright. So, next time, we'll continue the Natsuki route. Well, okay, so, wait, so Austin, when do you get home again? Around 5-ish? Okay, so it'd be around 3-ish my time that you'd get home. Wait, nah, you'd probably want to go to bed. Like, you'd probably want to go to bed once you get home from school, right? Since your sleep schedule's messed up a little bit. I'll tell you what. Austin, just DM me on Discord when you're up. Like, tomorrow night. Just DM me on Discord once you're up, and I'll start streaming, this game again. Alright? I got you. Okay, alright. I'll see you soon, man. Thanks for tuning in the stream. I appreciate it. And, I'll see you next time. Bye, you're welcome. Thank you. I'll see you later. And everybody else, to all my lurkers and everybody who watched, I thank you all as well, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.